Okay, here's the deal. um, you know, uh, there are people on YouTube. It's like side hustle, this and that, and the other thing, and all this crap, and how to do this and that and the other thing. Um, but you know, just today, everybody started talking about the Republicans, the new Congress. God, you know, I never thought I'd be in here saying this, but I don't know where those people have been in the last couple couple years. One woman is supposed to be a prepper, but you know these people don't get it. Um, and they better start getting it because the one was talking about Walmart employees getting a raise for like $15 an hour, and says how they were going to have deals and that. But guess what? When they raise prices on minimum wage, even though the people need it, the prices go up because they have to pay for it. So they're going to make it off the people. That's one thing. And then on the news tonight, the first time I heard about the border crisis on the local news was tonight, talking about how the Republicans promised they would fix the border, but they're arguing, all that arguing crap. You know, that smells like liberal thinking because this has been, there were Democrats in the House and the Senate that were overrun when Trump was in there. And Trump had nothing but trouble since day one and still going through trouble. And it was a Democrat run. It was Democrat run for 4 freaking years. And then 2 years. And we only got the House. People think that the Democrats are going to tax the poor and raise the give the rich. They weren't going to do nothing with the rich. But I don't think so. The rich people get taxed just like everybody else. And to say that, because I have been a conservative for a long time, and when Reagan was in there, we were able to buy a house and this and that and do all this stuff when he was in there. And then I, when got a divorce, without the help of God, with the help of God and the Father, I was able to get jobs after jobs. But I worked before that, before we were divorced and like that. I was a cleaning person. I cleaned banks. I cleaned toilets. I did all that stuff. And these are banks, and one was a factory, which was kind of nasty, and I didn't care for that. But I liked that type of job because nobody was there to bug me. I do my job, and people, they loved the way I did it. It's called attention to detail. And I even had my own business. I've done a lot with my life. I've seen a lot of old singers that I thought, was just a dream, but I fulfilled a lot of my dreams. I had fuel cars, and they were more Mopars, but they were pretty. They were beautiful cars. I restored those. I didn't restore the engine works. That was my husband. He did the engine, but I had to buy the parts. He did the electrical work and all that stuff. See, he went to college for kind of like electrical, like AV, movie stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, he went to college, but he went to he only was in there 2 years, but went to a community college. But now, I get so frustrated, and this is the way the Democrats work. Now, you've seen the press secretary, I seen her today, blaming the Republicans for the gas prices. Let me tell you something. They want to bring back the oil wells and the stuff. They want this country to run on its own. And that's what the Democrats took away. Very first thing Biden did was shut down that Keystone pipeline, or that pipeline in Pennsylvania. And then they don't want anybody drilling on the government land. Government land is owned by the people. And now I hear the news. Oh, they said they were gonna do something with the border and they ain't done it yet. Well, it's only been his year just started. And I didn't hear him griping when all those people were coming across. And the news wasn't showing it. But I seen regular people out there. Where was the news then? I seen them come in, and a lot of them were men. Only very few women. I'd seen very few women, but a lot of them were men, young men. A lot. Every single day. And then they're supposedly afraid that the asylum seekers ain't going to be able to get in here because the Republican, the ultra conservatives. Well, guess what? They can come through the Great Way. They don't need to come across the river. They don't need to come across all these planes and are subjects to the coyotes that rape the women and the children and stuff like that, and then use trees for trophies of their underwear or undergarments. And then you got the cartels that are freaking down there. Yet you freaking sit there and now you're talking about the Republicans doing this for the SNAP benefits, and everybody's griping about it. But guess what? All the freaking migrants that come over here are given money, are given food benefits, they're given everything. They're staying in the hotels, they're paying for it. They're wrecking the hotels, by the way. They're staying in hotels in New York, and I think the other one was Iowa. No, it was Arizona. Yeah. Guy said he was down there. They were going down there to the border and checked in this one place in Vegas, I think it was. And it was booked by migrants. There was 4 hotels that were booked by migrants. Free money. Free money. Taxpayers have to pay it. And they had to go like about 5 miles to find a hotel where they could stay. Out of their way. And I don't hear nobody saying nothing about that. You don't care about that. So it smells like you're a liberal. Especially the one that's got all these brilliant ideas about money schemes. I'm telling you, when this here, right here, this internet and YouTube, all of them, one day it's going to fall. And then you ain't going to have nothing either. So don't depend on everybody else. You got to take it up on yourself to get ready for what you need to get ready for. But I don't hear anybody saying anything about the trillions of dollars they spent over there in the UK, Ukraine, and they're continuing it. We have to pay for that. They're sending over to. In actuality, that WAR is already happening. And I'm telling you, we get hit with an explosion. If you ain't lucky enough to be vaporized, then you got to deal with the dust. People don't think that, they got all this brilliant idea that it's, going to be fine. No, the water's going to be contaminated. It's going to be even worse. Yet all you can do is worry about the other crap. I'm getting tired of hearing that stuff. And I've heard this song and dance before over and over and over and over about the Republicans doing this or for the Democrats are for the working people, working class. Bull crap. Look at Detroit. Look at Chicago. Look at freaking where I live. I have the worst government other than the one in New York and California. You ain't seen it. Because you live down there where there's a Republican governor. So, and this idea of thinking that things are going to be great because Walmart gave the people a raise, well, I got news that that's going to cause inflation with the raising prices. People don't get that. That's where schooling comes in. That's where schooling comes in. But the Republicans that are in there, it's going to take a long time to fix what's going on because the Democrats have messed it up so damn bad. They're going to blame the Republicans for everything. They always blame the Social Security thing on them because of the debt ceiling. They always blame them. I've heard it so many times. They use that. They can't wait to do it. It's just like they freaking, oh boy, now we can do something. Now we can lie some more. But anybody that believes that stuff is, I ain't got no letter with the EBT. I mean, people say so about people with EBT. I don't hear you talking about the migrants that are freaking getting free stuff. And they're not citizens. And there is unemployment so dang bad you can't take it. I've lost 5 businesses down here in my town. I expect more, and there's not very many left. Only ones that will be left probably are the bars. Every town always has the bars left. But if it wasn't for the Lord looking out for me, since all this stuff with this Biden, I've had nothing but trouble with family. I mean, the hospital that held my sister hostage. And then my nephew died, but they give a rat's butt about him. You know, they should have done what they were going to do to my sister. But they didn't do it. People better wake up. And you better wake up today. And you better be thinking about what's going to happen. This is not fear-mongering. This is the truth. So when you start hearing all this, you're going to start hearing this stuff about the Republicans on the other channels because they ain't got nothing better to do than freaking criticize them. They're all bought and paid for by the Democrat Party. What the hell do you think the interest groups are? That's how they get in there. I mean, this governor we got, I don't think she got in there fairly. Her or her other cohorts. And I know a lot of stuff about her too. With the World Economic Forum and everything else. That's the stuff you gotta worry about. Is what they're planning. And believe me, Jesus, you're gonna need Jesus Christ when you're sitting there. Believe me. Don't think you ain't gonna, and he ain't gonna be there because you didn't pay attention. So I don't think that he can't help you. He can help you. How the heck do you think I made it through all this? The hell I've gone through. And I mean hell. It wasn't no people. It was Jesus Christ. He's the only one that cared about what happened to me. Even my kids were against me. After I got divorced from my ex-husband, my kids turned against me because he turned them against me. He always told them they weren't his kids. He always told me, they're not my kid. Okay. But the only one that cared about me was Jesus. And don't tell me that he's not going to be there, and you depend on him. Depend on him like nothing else. Don't listen to some of these people with these bright ideas. They're going to get you into trouble because this platform isn't long for the world if it's going to keep censoring and this and that and the other thing. And then, another thing about these people. They sit there and cry because they lose. YouTube has lost their subscribers and taken them away. Or not subscribers, viewers. Shoot, they never notify mine. You guys sit there, ooh. Why don't you frickin' be in my shoes? Or my friend's shoes? We got something really interesting to say. So you can sit there and be on your little la la land over there in the, where the palm trees sway. Just wait. But I've had my rant, and that's about the end of that. And my computer camera is messing up again. But that's okay. I don't want to see my face anyway. But, you know, I'm not kidding. Because you continue to turn your back on Christ, and He's going to turn His back on you and leave you standing by yourself. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but He knows where I stand. But I will talk to y'all later, and I hope you understand that, you know, this world is corrupt. It's corrupted. But with that said, I'm going to say God bless you all. I hope you have peace and are in a safe spot. That nothing will harm you. With that said, I'd like to say God bless, peace, and love.